fair, press some head, let's get in the car. I said, she grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said, tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best to get spontaneous, our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my purse.
Yo, hello everybody, and welcome to this late edition of After the Storm, our Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis live stream. We did not do it on the back-to-back nights from Friday and Saturday because it was so late. And plus I had to open up the gym at 7 o'clock in the morning, I had to be up at 6. So, and plus I really don't like to do Thunder blowouts, which, it seems like every game's a damn blowout. There's not a lot to really say about, we won. We're kicking butt and we're playing well and, blah, blah, blah. It's on and on and on. But there's not really anything to really say except the same old BS that we've always dealt with, and that's lineups and not understanding what the situation is. Our boy Hotspot is already on. Remember, guys, if you want to join us, you can. And you can go to YouTube, search the After the Storm, OKC Thunder, and like, subscribe, hit notification, let you know every time we're on. And my boy Hotspot's already on. How you like my boy AJ? I do like AJ. I do like AJ Mitchell. He's playing some pretty good minutes. He's not doing bad. If you're going to get away with doing it, now is the time. So anyway, guys, here's how to find us. You can come on in a way you can comment or ask any questions that you want to ask, just like my boy or girl, whatever Hotspot is. But anyway, I like what's going on with AJ. I like that he's getting some minutes, and we'll go over what his stats were on those past two nights against the Blazers and then against the Clippers. We still have the same old issues, though. And you will talk about Hotspot. We still have the same issues. He doesn't understand Florida game. He doesn't understand lineups. And then what he's doing to SGA is just ridiculous. And yeah, you people get mad at me all you want to, but I'm gonna harp on it. It's stupid. I don't understand him. He's one assist away from a triple double, and you pull him out. That's why SGA gave you the look. Then you turn around, and then last night, he has 25 points at the end of the third quarter, and then he don't see the floor until 5 minutes to go. And once again, guys, I'm trying to explain to you all how it works. If you have the best player in one of the top 5 players in the league, you don't sit him for 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. And then the coach is like, oh, we had a good run. Dude, what the hell are you talking about? You don't sit him for 7 minutes. And you play him for 1 minute, and then they subbed out to 5 minutes ago, and you put him in. Bro, I don't ever listen to the Bally or FanDuel, whatever end of game sports thing, because I don't like listening to this coach. Because what he says is a bunch of crap, and it drives me nuts. And for all basketball fans who understand basketball, what he says is nonsense. But anyway, Hotspot, yes, the NBA, he's NBA ready, and he seems to be NBA ready, but, we're only 6 games in, and he's only had a few minutes per game, and so he is getting better. I will say that he is shooting the threes more, and he's getting more comfortable in the game, let's say that. But back to my previous thing. You guys, you can I'm going to start nicknaming him the cooler, because that's what he is. And you can, they don't even ask him questions about SGA and stuff. They talk about J-Dub and, Isaiah Joe. The third quarter is the difference. We outscored them because why? Who did you have on the court? SGA, you had SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Dort, and you had Wiggins. That's when you made your run, as you do every time you make a run when the game is tight. You don't ever make a run when you're talking about, in the fourth quarter we started this. Bro, they had the lead already going in the fourth quarter, and we're the best fourth quarter team in the league thus far. The stats say that. So stop with your nonsense. That's why I don't listen to him. He's full of crap, and I just can't. I wish to God we lived in somewhere that reporters were in, like Philadelphia or New York or LA, where they would actually ask coach questions. They will not do that here because they're afraid. And I get it, but I'm not afraid. I don't give a shit about him. I don't give a shit about what he says or what he thinks at all. I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to tell you what he's doing. He's full of crap. You don't have one of the two-time first-team All-NBA player, and you play somebody else more minutes than him. He is the only coach that does that. We're the only team that does that. We're the only team that disrespects the top 5 player. We're the only team that does that. Now, Boston has legitimate reason to play Jalen Williams as many minutes as he does Jason Tatum because they're pretty close. But you're going to compare J-Dub to SGA? The disrespect is ridiculous. But like I've said all along, we're going to see if I'm right in the next 2 years. We're going to see if I'm right and if I'm right or if I'm wrong. We're going to see. Because what I see right now, like I said last year, the Thunder want SGA to frustrate him to where he wants out so they can legitimately say what they want. They want the team that they have without him because, once again, they want to get rid of the player that they did not draft. Because remember, Kevin Durant was a draft pick of the Seattle Supersonics, even though the team owned it and even though Sam Presti was the GM, he was not a Thunder player. Okay? They drafted, the first Thunder player they drafted was who? Russell. So who did they replace him with? Russell. That's one of our players. Now you're doing the same thing. You did not draft SGA. You brought him in. He's clearly regarded as the best player on the team, but you think J-Dub has more upside. And you talk about J-Dub and he this and that. Dude, this is your line. I used to think it was Chet 2A or he 2A, 2B. They can go back and forth. Right now it is SGA 1, Chet 2, J-Dub 3. And you can keep developing, and this is what we have. We have a developmental coach. He develops players. That's what he does. And even the Athletic said the year before the start of last year, we're going to see if this coach an NBA All-Star. He can't. He clearly can't. And I'm going to go on my rant, and I'm going to keep saying it because until you guys are going to find out, just like when I was talking about Westbrook, you guys didn't believe me then, and what ended up happening. What I was saying was correct. What I said was correct. And I'm just like, and my boy Hotspot says I'm not a fan of J-Dub like that. I'm not either. He's a role player. He's not a number one. And you're going to try to turn him into one because you think as a coach you can develop into that. You're high. He is a number 3 behind Chet and SGA. And for you to cut off his for him to have a triple-double and you took him out, and then last night, he had 25 and 9 into the third quarter. We made the run at the end of the third quarter. And then you sit him for 7 minutes because you said, oh, well, we're making a run. You sub 2 people in instead of him. First team All-NBA player, you don't sub him in the game in the fourth quarter? But once again, they're trying to force SGA to say he wants to trade. Because, A, they don't want to pay him the $400 million. Number 1. Number 2, they don't want to pay him the $400 million. Number 3, he wasn't a Thunder draft pick. He was a trade. So you go trade, and like I said, the beginning of the year, the first game of the year, told me everything I need to know about the Thunder's thought process. You sat SGA and Dort, and you played everybody else. Why? Because you want everybody to see what your team is going to look like without SGA and Dort. That's why Dort this summer had that T-shirt on with SGA's picture on and said, enjoy it while it lasts. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And you guys can sit there and you can get all whatever you want. Pay attention. Don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. And I'm telling you, the Thunder are going to make the same damn mistake they made with Westbrook and Kevin Durant. You have your all-NBA player, and then what do? What do? You take the guy that you drafted because you think he's better, and you choose him, and you made a huge mistake, and you never recovered from it. Now you built up the same team again in the same, almost exact same way, with first getting the guy, then getting draft picks, which is what happened. You got the guy, then you got draft picks. And then you went how long after you drafted after you drafted Steven Adams before you got another pick? So, Hotspot, he got paid already. I'm going to trade J-Dub and develop AJ. Well, AJ is not J-Dub. I ain't trading J-Dub for AJ. I'm not doing that. I like AJ Mitchell, but he ain't J-Dub. That's a fact, okay? He ain't J-Dub. But that being said, all I know is this. I love our team. I love what we're doing. I don't like the coach doing the same shit he's done. He doesn't understand lineups. He doesn't understand floor of the game. He just doesn't. But when he wants to get ahead and we're struggling, what does he do? SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, Caruso. And when iHeart gets in, he's going to be in there, and Wiggins when he wants to go small. That's what they're going to do. And right now, that small lineup is killing people. It's killing people because they all play defense, they all play hard, and when you got Dort and Caruso and Kaysen and Wiggins and SGA, you got 5 defenders. They all can defend. They all got long arms. They all play good defense. They all can score. That's what you have. That's what you have. And when they go in trouble, they do that. And I watched his press conference. He goes, "Oh, fourth quarter, we did." There's no excuse for you not to play one of the top 5 players to sit here for 7 minutes, other than you're doing what? You're trying to build J-Dub's confidence, and you're trying to force him into leaving. That's what you're trying to do. Hotspot, what are you saying? He'll get better. He'll be better than J-Dub. I don't know if I believe that. If they let AJ ball out, OKC held back Wiggins for J-Dub, and that pissed me off. Well, I don't know if they held him back for J-Dub, but, clearly J-Dub is their pick. That's their boy. That's what they're doing. Jang, he's got to go away. That was a bad pick. But that being said, you still do have a nucleus of a team. And when you get iHeart back and you have SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, iHeart and Chet, or Wiggins and iHeart, and then you bring in Chet for Wiggins or whatever, and you have that 5, you're in trouble. You're not going to get any rebounds. You're going to have defense. You're going to get blocked shots. You're going to get rebounds. You're going to get outlets. Everybody can shoot except one guy, and that's iHeart. I don't know if he can shoot threes, but you're going to have a solid team. So let's go over the Blazers game first off, so we can get into some of his things. So the box score this was the box score for the Blazers game on Friday night. Chet he didn't have a good road trip. He didn't. 6 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks, 4 fouls. That kind of hurt him a little bit. J-Dub, 26 minutes, 22 points, 8 for 12, 4 for 6. Outstanding game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I thought he played really good, 4 steals. SGA in 28 minutes, 12 for 18, 1 for 6. Once again, got to pick up that 3-point percentage because he's not shooting. He's shooting like 28, 30%. 30 points. Remember, he did not play the fourth quarter. Didn't play the fourth quarter. He had 30. Isaiah Joe coming along, starting to make his shots, and like what I'm seeing from him, he's figuring it out because everybody running him off his spots. Let me see. Wiggins during summer league as a rookie was balling out before they told him to chill out. I've never been like that about a friend. I agree. I've never liked that about our franchise either. I don't know, but I'm glad we do have one. Lou Dort has been amazing. 8 points, even though he had a bad game, 1 for 4, 3 for 9. He's been balling out defensively. He's just been a beast, and I think the addition of Caruso has changed his mentality quite a bit. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals for Lou Dort. I mean, just a fantastic game for him. Then Jang does what Jang does. I mean, 4 for 10, 1 for 5, 11 points. I mean, he shot more than that at the end. That's where he got all those shots at. Aaron Wiggins, 23 minutes, 13 points, 5 for 10, 3 for 5. I think he's playing amazing. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. I like Wiggins. I don't like him when he tries to go too fast, slow the hell down, like he got in trouble going too fast and then a turnover, and then that shit came back, shot a 3, so we had 2 bad possessions, which allowed them to kind of get back in the game in the third quarter, but he's got to slow down other than that. And then A.J. Mitchell, who our boy Hotspot is talking about here, 17 minutes, 3 for 6, 2 for 3, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for 8 points. I thought he played really well, and I'll stick by that. I have no doubt about that. And then, of course, here are the 2 games. The Blazers game, we won 137-114. Blazers 15-35 from 3, 47% from the field, 36 rebounds, 44 points in the paint, 19 turnovers, tons of turnovers. I like our defense. Oklahoma City shooting better from the line, 19 of 49. 53.7% from the field, 46 rebounds, so we have rebounded them by 10, 48 pips, and only 13 turnovers. Taking care of the basketball, that's what you got to do. And then, of course, we outscored them on the bench by 9. And then in the Clippers game, the Clippers started out knocking down threes like crazy. The first quarter, they were just insane, and Powell was playing out of his damn mind. But the Thunder's defense in the third quarter, took the game over, and we came in the fourth quarter, and then those first 5 minutes when they made the addition, they started Isaiah Joe in the second half, made all the difference. I don't know if Wiggins can start. I still don't like the Isaiah Joe. I probably like the Kaysen start more than I do anything, to be honest with you. Anyway, Clippers end up being 11 for 35, shooting 40% from the field, 50 rebounds, 38 pips, and 22 turnovers, which made all the difference right there in the third quarter when we made that run on them. 16 for 39 from three-point percentage, 42% from the field, 41 rebounds, and we got rebounded by 9. Still giving up too many offensive rebounds, I think, still right now. But until iHeart comes back, that's just going to be part of what we've got to deal with as a team. 30 pips, points in the paint, 12 turnovers, and then, of course, we got outscored by 7. So, and when you look at these two, you look at what we did. 42% against the Clippers, we just weren't. I know it's a back-to-back night, and then he was playing some crazy lineups. I was like, who the hell are you playing? What are you playing in that lineup? And then you can see here is the Clippers game. Here's the lineup from. You see what I'm saying? We shot. Let me see. 3-point percentage. 16 for 39. But you look at it. Chet 1 for 4. J-Dub 3 for 5. SGA 2 for 4. Wiggins 2 for 4. Lou Dort 1 for 4, which was bad for him. And then 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 1 for 1. And then Caruso was 2 for 6, but he was shooting the basketball. Part of it was because he was probably glad to be back in L.A. And then 1 for 5. So a lot of it has to do with, too, that no one's ever played in that gym before. And when you've never played in a gym before, your first time playing there, you kind of got to get used to what it looks like. And how do I explain this? When you first play in a gym, not all gyms are shootable. Gallagher-Iba is one of the. If you're a shooter of a basketball, you love Gallagher-Iba because of the simple fact the way that it's laid out and the way that it sets up, the rims look bigger. And so it depends on how the gyms are, how they're laid out. It's really weird. Plus the Thunder got in late the night before. They had played back to back. So a lot of that had to do with our shooting. I think just the first time us being there. Okay. Even though we still shot good overall, but you could say we struggled right at the beginning, and then our defense took over and we got turnovers. And, of course, what do I say? Turnovers lead to what? Fast break points will lead to flow of the game, which leads to your ability to play better in transition. That's what it does, and that's what helps with the teams, and you do that. So, okay, here we go. Chet Holmgren, 29 minutes, 3 for 9, 1 for 4 from 3. And then 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. Chet played a lot better against the Clippers than he did against the Blazers, no doubt. And then against the Spurs, he played good, but he didn't play well. J-Dub, 15 points in 34 minutes. He played 3 more minutes than SGA, and he is the minutes manager, the coach. What a friend of mine nicknamed him the minutes manager, which I always think was funny. 5 for 16 from the field, 3 for 5. He did not play well at all. He did not play well. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He had 4 turnovers, 4 fouls, but he did not play well. He plus 10, and SGA is plus 8. 15 points. SGA 7 for 14 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 9 for 9 from the line. J-Dub did get better, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Thank God we can start seeing him shooting free throws. Start making free throws, which is good. SGA 3 rebounds, 9 assists. Could have had a triple-double, but once again got pulled out of the game. So, or didn't get put in the game 7 minutes. That's just all NBA players sits for 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. This guy. The SJ cooler, that's what I call him. He is the cooler. He does not have a clue how to coach a superstar. Not a clue. But, once again, the Thunder going to make the same mistake they made with Westbrook. A guy that didn't deserve to be elevated up. They elevated him up from, everybody overlooked him. Thunder gave him a chance. His ego got in the way. He started controlling things, and the Thunder went down. Doing the same thing with J-Dub. You watch. It's one thing I hope I'm wrong about. I haven't been wrong about the Thunder yet except for Chet. So we'll see. Been right about everything else. Wiggins, 30 minutes, 5 for 12, 2 for 4. I thought he should have hit SGA on this one pass to the middle, but he's looking to score, and he's looking to be a little bit more selfish, which I kind of like him being more aggressive, but you got to give the ball up, bro. If SGA is ahead of you, he is the leader of the team. You got to give him the ball, and you can't, even though he did score, taking it to the basket, you got to you got to make that pass and kick it up. But, I know he's looking to improve his thing to get the hell out of there for a new contract, and I don't blame him. But in order to win, you got to put the ball in the right guy's hands. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Thought it overall a good night for him. And then, of course, Jang, 8 minutes. He's a very good G League player. That's all he is. Caruso, 15 minutes, 2 for 6, 1 for 5. I thought he played pretty well. His defense is just insane. The way he and Kaysen get their hands on basketballs, deflections is just insane. I think they're 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 or 2 and 5 or something that in the league in getting turnovers or getting hands on balls and deflections. So those two are just ridiculous. But Caruso, I really, really like the addition. Isaiah Joe, 22 minutes. He did start the second half of this game. 4 for 8 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3, only shooting threes. I like that. I don't want him trying to go score and do all that. Just catch and shoot, brother. I don't mind 4 for 8. I'll take that all day long. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. I like where he played. He played really, really well. He had a nice step back. Kaysen Wallace, 25 minutes, 3 for 4, 1 for 2. Like the fact that his numbers are coming up. And then A.J. Mitchell, 8 minutes. He did not get a lot of playing time. Sorry about that. Hot spot. Did not get a lot of playing time. Sorry about that, bro. 8 minutes, but I think it wasn't really a good matchup for him. It depends on the teams and what the schemes they run. I think it depends on what they get for that. But the Thunder, one thing I loved, 89% from the free throw line. That's more like what we need to have as a team. We cannot be shooting the basketball the way we were shooting. So let's go to shooting stats. This is up until this is not including last night's game. It's all good. Yeah, I know, Hotspot. It is all good, bro. Thunder shooting percentage, I did not include last night's game, so this is prior to last night's game. SGA averaging 26.8, shooting 46% from the field, 26% from 3, and that's going to go down based on what he shot last night. I think he's shooting 25% now or something like that. Maybe up at 89% now from free throw line, but we'll update all that for tomorrow night's game. Chet, 19, he's averaging 19, and even though remember he was averaging 25, and he's come down because of this road trip. It's just been horrendous for him. He just has not played well at all. 57% from the field, 30% from 3, 74% from the free throw line. So his 3-point percentage is coming up. Remember, he was shooting 0 for 11, and then he was shooting 20%. Now he's slowly moving up 30%. Just catch and shoot. Don't try to do too much shit. You'll be fine. J-Dub, 18 points, 45% from the field, 33% from 3, 62% from the free throw line, and it will go up because I think he went 2 for 2 last night. So he'll go up, to 63% or something like that. But he is on his way up compared to where he was at from the free throw line. Dort, 11.2, 51% from the field, 52% from 3. Like that he's taking less shots, not trying to go to the basket and score on people. So I like what he's doing right there, and I like what's going on with him. So like I said, I don't want Dort shooting more than 7, maybe 8 times. And as long as he's doing that and not trying to take people off the dribble, it just screws us up. Isaiah Joe, 7 points a game, 39% from the field, 38% from 3. Those numbers should go up a little bit. 50% from the line, but he's only taking like 4 free throws. So he's 2 for 2, 2 for 4, well, 1 for 2 or something like that. So he hasn't shot enough free throws for that to really have a number on it. Jang, 6.6 points per game, 40% from the field, 26% from 3, 80% free throw shooting. Mitchell, our boy, Hotspot's guy, averaging 4.8, 47%, 60% from 3. That's because he hasn't shot a lot, but, he's gaining confidence, 50% from the free throw line. I think he's only taken 2 free throws, so he was 1 for 2. So that's really not a issue there with him. And then Caruso, his numbers will go up, and like I said, I'll change that up. But when you look at this team and you look at our scoring and you look at what we're doing, remember, this did not include last night, so tomorrow I'll update this, and I will have yesterday's stats for tomorrow when we play the Magic, which I'm not sure what kind of damn game that's going to be because, Jesus, they're just not that. The Magic is just, they got killed again tonight, so it's just kind of ugly. But the stats are the stats for right now, and, I'm liking what I'm seeing. 4 guys in double figures. Wiggins could be the 5th guy in double figures. And that's my guy, Nathan Taylor of Y&B. What's up, homie? You decided to join us, did you?
Hey, man, I'm sorry I didn't see your email from just now.
Okay. Well, we've been having a discussion for the last 20 minutes. Hotspot and Hotspot's been talking on our YouTube, doing his comments, and but we were just talking about the Thunder. J-Dub has to up his free throw percentage. He is going up. He was really low. So Hotspot, J-Dub's percentage, like I said, Chet's percentage is going up. J Dub's percentage going up. Our percentage as a team is going up, and we shot 88% or 89% for the game last night. So we're doing pretty well when it comes to all of that. So, but what was your take from last night, Nathan, or this weekend, really? Since we're doing both games, we're doing Friday night's game and last night.
I think the first half, both of them were pretty sloppy. Not sloppy, the defense wasn't there. That second quarter against, was it last night? Second quarter?
Yeah.
They just kicked our butt, man. No, it wasn't second. It was the second quarter Friday night.
Yeah, second quarter Friday night. Yeah, when he had J Dub and them on the bench, who he was praising Friday last night. Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
That was awful, man. I didn't like the first half. Towards the close of the second quarter, midway second quarter last night, the offense started to come around a little bit.
The third quarter, the third quarter, when he went small ball with SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, Caruso, and Dort, that five is nasty. That five was really nasty, and that's the one I think that got us all the momentum going into the fourth quarter. And then him not playing SGA until 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and subbing two guys in front of him. I'm like, I don't understand that. I mean, I do, but it's just frustrating to me, man.
I think we were up by so many that.
No, I'm saying he substituted two people before that, 8-minute mark, and the 9-minute mark. So don't give me that we were up. You put somebody else in there for him.
12 or 13 or something like that?
No, I'm saying he subbed two people in. When he subbed SJ in, we were up 13 with 5 minutes to go. Or up 18, something like that. The game was pretty much out of reach when he subbed him in. But my thing is, how do you sit the guy who's first team All-NBA 2 years in a row for 7 minutes?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand.
And once again, that's what he does.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, I agree with you.
All I'm saying is, I understand what they're doing. Like I said, the coach told me, the Thunder organization told me everything they needed to know. First game when preseason when they set Dort and SGA. You told me everything you need to know right there. You said everything that I needed to see right there, and that's why Dort had the T-shirt on, because he's warning you what the hell is going to happen. Now I think the best thing in the world for him has been Caruso. Talking about Dort.
I'm trying to. I don't think this is the case, but was the game in hand? And if it was, why did he bring him back in?
Because he had set him. He didn't remember. He did not play at all the fourth quarter of the Blazers game.
Right. Well, and I thought that game that he was saving it for the back-to-back.
Well, yeah, that's fine. We were up so big and we made a run and it was over. So I don't mind that. Okay, but
right.
In the fourth quarter of last night, you subbed in Joe and Dort or somebody. I forget who he subbed in the fourth quarter instead of SGA. And you didn't put SGA in until the 5-minute mark. There's no reason you can give me that you can hit the best player on your team for 7 minutes of a quarter.
Well, in that situation, wouldn't it make more sense just to stay in the rest of the game?
And he said, remember, he only played for a minute because once he got in the game, they subbed out all their players, and then you had to sub in the bench players.
Right.
You did you see his look when he walked off the court? He's pissed.
Yeah.
And then when you take him out, he has a chance to get a triple double, and you take him out the game, he has a chance to get a triple double, and you take him out the game. One assist away. I mean, come on, man. Listen. All I'm telling you is the Thunder are doing exactly what I said they're going to do. They're trying to piss SGA off so he'll want to get the hell out of Oklahoma City. They want J-Dub. They want the team that you saw the first preseason game as their team. J-Dub, Chet, Caruso, either Wiggins, Joe, or whomever, and iHeart. That's what they want with Wiggins. That's what they want. That's what they think are going to win, because you have a coach who is a developmental coach who has two glaring issues: lineups and the understanding the flow of the game. He doesn't get either one of those. He just doesn't.
Can't disagree with any of that.
I've been watching him for 4 years, and he hasn't fixed that at all.
Yeah, we've been. I mean, we've been saying it for. Well, you've been saying it for a while.
Well, I've been saying it the whole time I've been doing the show for 3 years, 185 shows. He has two glaring issues. He has two major strengths: out of bounds plays and growing up players who to help players get better. Those are his two best issues. Those are two things that he does the best. But the other two, yeah, you can't, and I can tell people all day long, you get mad at me all you want to. And like I said all along, just watch what I'm saying. You don't have to you don't have to agree with me when we listen when I'm telling you something. Just watch and see if what I'm telling you is facts. That's all. Hotspot said, FYI, Lindy has been doing really well. Lindy is also another one whose growth was stunted after his rookie season. Lindy couldn't play, bro. He can't play for us. Sorry. I'm gonna take a break on that. Can I give you a chance to respond, Nathan?
So let me ask you.
Let me cut you off. I got to do my sponsorship, and you just hold that. Can you hold that thought?
Yep, I can.
Okay. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over at SRB. They love to be behind the scenes, so if you have a new complex that you're building, they can make sure that it's all laid out, that you won't have to worry about any problems. And then also, if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, hit those guys up. And then also, I know if a neighborhood had a dam in their neighborhood, they went out there and checked it out and said, oh, we don't know if we can afford to fix that. And they go, well, can you afford not to? Because it's going to break. So, they came up with the money. Thank God for that neighborhood. Collaborative Logic, if you need for computers or software to make your office run smoother, or website development, which of course they did our website at mcsportsnetwork.com. And also you can go to mcsportsnetwork.com and you can look up and you can order t-shirts.
Order your red shirts.
And trucking and my guy Jose Fierro, if you have the need for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guys up over there. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender. They're a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, which we were at yesterday, or Friday. 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway, or US 66, YNB Mustang, located 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off south of I-40 on Garth Brooks, just in front of the hospital, cannot miss it. And then YNB Peoples, located on 23rd in Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then my guy, Jonathan Beakey Triplet with Elm Grove Clothing. Dude, they make great suits. In fact, I need to get me an overcoat from him, and I'm waiting for my other suit to come in. For that, why spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a custom suit when you can go to him? He has the same materials, same swatches that everybody else has, that you can look at them and you can spend $800 to $1,000 for something less or a little more depending on what you get. So hit my guy up, Jonathan Beakey Triplet, 405-332-8787. So, all right, Nathan, go ahead with your comment. I know you want to comment on something.
I was going to say that also, Mickey, that blue suit we looked at on Friday on his Facebook.
Yeah, he does have he has a nice, I told him that I want that. He's doing me a leisure suit, by the way. Anyways, Hotspot, let me say, Hotspot says, without SGA, this team is nothing. 3 years ago, I hated SGA. The year before last, SGA finally turned the corner. SGA didn't want to be here the year before last. No, he did not want to come to Oklahoma City. He wanted to stay in L.A. Who the hell wouldn't pick L.A. over Oklahoma City? But once he got here and he started rolling and started believing in what we were doing, because remember, it was SJ was here with Chris Paul. It was Chris Paul, Dort, and who was it? Paul George? Was he here with them then? Nathan? No, it wasn't Paul George. Who was it?
Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Okay, it was Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder, SGA, Dort, huh? Gallinari, that's who the other one was. So that team should have went. They should have beat Houston. They lost them in that 7th game, but they should have beat Houston that year in the bubble. And so I agree with you. Then that year after that, go ahead.
Did you know that starting 5 was the best plus minus starting 5 in the NBA?
I believe it, dude. That team was nice. That team was nice. I mean, you had shooters all over the place, and then I think the best thing for SJ was Chris Paul.
Oh yeah,
100%. Because after Chris Paul left, he's just been a different player. I thought he taught him how to be a leader, and he's been a different player. So what?
modeled his game after him too. Actually, modeled his game after Chris Paul too. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Hotspot, we agree. They should have went to the finals that year. I agree that we should have beat Houston. Don't you think, Nathan? The year we lost to them in the bubble in Game 7.
Absolutely.
We should have been. I agree, Hotspot. We should have went to the finals that year. I don't know if we'd have beat the Lakers because we just don't match up with them well, but I do like what I was seeing out of them. So, okay, Nathan. I was talking about.
I was going to ask you, and I don't know. Let me throw this out very quick. And I don't know because I don't know. I just don't know basketball as well as you do. Have you ever seen Lindy Waters? 26, 27, like that?
He's the same age as Trey.
Okay, so he's 20.
5, 4. Well, he went out.
He's in the same draft as SGA did, so that was 18. So
Yeah.
Anyway, so my question is, have you seen a guy that at later in his career it just got better, like Alex Caruso? For
Yes.
Like,
Yes. A lot of people do. It depends on the team you're on.
So yeah, I guess my question for you is, what does Lindy Waters have to do to basically, down the stigma that you've got?
My deal with Lindy is he's playing at a team. Okay, it's just like what's his name the year before that they couldn't do anything with us, and he went to Golden State and played well. What's his name? The center.
Sarge? No, not Sarge.
Sarge. Yeah, Sarge. Yeah. So,
Pretty good player.
but I'm saying he was okay with us, but he dominated there. So it's all about the system that you're in. It's like, depending on where you're running, it's like, remember DeMarco Murray at Dallas Cowboys? And then he went for the money, and what happened? So system matters. The system that you're in matters.
Yeah, I just had somebody in my head. I don't remember.
But what I'm just saying is, to me, Lindy,
Lamar Jackson. Perfect example, right?
Lamar was always good, though, man. He won the.
They're trying to run a wide open offense. He's not going to be the guy.
But
he is more.
He's developed into a pocket passer. You're right.
But earlier in his career, they changed that offense for him because they knew what they had, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Harbaugh went in there and changed that offense for him.
I agree. Hotspot said.
What Lincoln Riley did with when he
with Jalen Hurts. With Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is the one he turned into who he is. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. With Lindy, it's about system, or any player you're with, it's about the system that you're in. And Hotspot's saying Lindy was a beast his rookie season. No, he wasn't. He's never been a beast. His shot was wet. No, it wasn't. For some reason, his team hurt his development for his second season, and Lindy wasn't the same since. Lindy couldn't get on the floor. Who the hell are you going to put him in front of, Hotspot? You going to put him in front of Wiggins? Who the hell are you going to play him in front of? And they gave Lindy multiple shots to be able to shoot the basketball when open. He can't play any defense, still can't play defense, okay? And I like Lindy. He's an OSU guy. But Lindy was, the only reason why he was here, let's face it, is because he was in Oklahoma City. It's just like, what's Nahara from OU, remember? That he went down and played for the Mavericks? Remember? What I'm saying, he went to the Mavericks. Because of what? Because of where they were at, and then it gave him a chance to get better, and he developed over time. But he didn't deserve to be in the league. But he got with the right Spurs, who the right place, who manipulated his heritage in order for him to do one thing. The Thunder did the same thing for Lindy because of his heritage, helped him get to where he was. And now he's at Golden State. And remember, the reason why he's getting playing time is because Steph ain't there. And I like... No, when Steph's there, he's getting more playing time. But the reason why they're winning is because of who? Buddy Hield. That's facts. Buddy Hield is the reason why they're winning. Okay, even though Lindy's had one game that he did good. Okay, that's facts. Now when we look, Buddy Hield's been busted. He's been killing. Here are the when I look at the here are the NBA standings, guys, for both of y'all. Here are the NBA standings right now. Thunder 6-0. The Suns 5-1. Winners of 4 in a row. Warriors 5-1, winning 3 in a row, and they didn't they come from 30 down to win against the Rockets, which is crazy. How the hell do you have blow a 30-point lead? That's insane. Uh,
Well, they blew a lead in the last minute of the game. So and then they went to overtime and Kaminga took over. But
I understand that, but they were up 30. Talking about the Rockets were up 30. That's what I'm saying.
Rockets, I agree.
That's what I'm saying, and they lost the lead. So anyway, uh, yeah, the Cavs are 7-0. Yes,
That's pretty impressive, man. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is just playing, man. He is killing it.
yeah, I agree. He has been, dude. He started the game scoring what the first 12 points or something the other night. I was like, God dang.
He's good, man. He's good. Real
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Hotspot. I have not. I didn't update the East. I don't really. I really don't care about the West that much, to be honest with you. I mean the East that much. I care about the West. So yeah, they're 7-0. He's right about that. They are 7-0. But anyway, when you look at 4-2, the Lakers 4-2, the Mavs 3-2, the Grizzlies 4-3, T Wolves 3-3, Spurs 3-3. How about that win, the Spurs over the T Wolves last night? Wemby was a monster. God dang, was he not?
He was.
He was an
Yeah, he
absolute
was.
monster last night. I mean, he really, really was. So, but anyway, you look at the West, it's just crazy, man. I mean, you look at it 6-0, 5-1, 5-1, 4-2, 3-2. Then you look at the East 7-0, 6-1, 3-2, 3-2, 3-3.
Here's the thing about the East, man. You know what? And this might fly under the radar, and they'll be better, but it just depends on how healthy they get.
Yeah,
The 76ers are
yeah,
one and
dude.
five, 1-4.
Okay, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get y'all's perspective. Embiid shoved a reporter the other night
I
after the game.
saw that. I heard
Uh,
that.
how do
But he
you?
said he wrote an article about his kid
Well,
and his
he
brother.
wrote an article that was spoke about his son, his young son, and about his brother who's passed away. And I'm like, okay, first of all, why are you writing about somebody's little son? Number one, which is that, and then you're gonna talk about his dead brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have an issue with you. Are you not, Nathan? Is that okay? Hotspot, is that okay with you for somebody to talk about your brother and your son, your little kid? Is that okay with either one of y'all?
I'd have done worse than shoving, man.
I mean, I mean, to me, people are going overboard with what the hell they think your rights are. To me, my mama and my kids, you stay the hell away. You don't talk about those. Okay, those are things we don't talk about. And number two, my brother passed away, and you're going to talk about him. Now I need to read the article to see what, and I'll do that so we can talk about it tomorrow. But I want to. I mean, for him to push him, he didn't like it. But once again, why are you even bringing up his dead brother and his little kid?
Yeah, that's not right. Not right at all.
Uh, but anyway,
What
that
where I was going is
yeah, go ahead.
okay. It's got their top six protected pick this year. So Paul George, man, he can just be the gift that keeps on giving. Just saying. If they end up like 7 or 8, I mean, we get their pick. So, I mean, I think they'll probably, get better. But with Embiid, there's no telling, dude. He could be hurt the rest of the year. So,
Yeah, well, Hotspot said that it's not. He says it's not okay, but what makes the matters worse, Embiid is struggling with nerve issues. That's his problem, and I don't understand why they just don't. I mean, to me, he's not the type of guy who wouldn't be out. I mean, he's played hurt. Okay, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't believe that this guy doesn't want to play. He's played hurt before, so I don't believe that one bit. So if it's got to be something bad for him not playing, that's how I look at it. Don't you think, Nathan?
oh yeah, dude, he was playing in the Olympics last year. I mean, he was
Well, that
in
was
the
this
playoffs.
summer. That was this summer.
MVP.
But I think
Yeah,
that
but he was hurt too.
well, he wanted to get. Somebody said he had to figure out some way to get a ring. I said, wow.
Well,
A ring is not a gold medal. A gold medal. I don't think they give you a ring for the gold medal. I think the gold medal itself is enough.
The playoffs, he was playing on one leg, man.
He was killing. I agree. I agree. I think his frustration with the media is like, look, but when he said I'm not going to play back to back, then you just should say what the hell is wrong with you, why? Because the way it seems is something that you're just not wanting to play. But you played in the Olympics like you said. Well, Hotspot says that he's struggling with nerve damage. Well, if you got nerve issues, then you need to come out and say, I've got some nerve issues. We're trying to get all this thing work. Let's say it. People understand that and leave you alone. Don't cover it up. But I'm sorry, but like my thing is this. You can't talk about my kid and you can't talk about my dead brother. But like you, Nathan, you can't punch him because he'd have punched him. That would have been assault and it'd have cost him $1 million. So, I mean, I get that. But still, people, why are you even bringing his family up? You know what I mean?
$1 million to him is like what, like $1,000 to us?
No, $1 million, maybe more, because remember you got to pay the referee too. I mean, pay the attorneys too.
Okay, so $1 million to him though is like what, 10,000 to us?
Well,
10,000 to us?
but still, it's the fact that you got to give somebody $1 million they didn't earn.
I agree too, but I'll be honest with you, man. And you know my situation. If somebody came up to me and started talking about my wife, I'd probably beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying it's a bigger issue than that because as a public figure, there's things that you can't do no matter if you really want to. That's the problem.
I agree.
That's the problem.
I agree, but we're all human, man.
No. I understand that, but I'm just saying $1 million. It'll probably cost him more than that, but I'm just saying I just threw $1 million out there. But you know what I'm saying is that he crossed the line to me, and to me, the NBA in Philadelphia should ban him from the facility. You can't ask questions. You're banned from the facility. You lose your license. I mean, because to me, I'm like, here's our best player, and you're coming at. I mean, to me, I just don't. And I would, when I went from the NBA, I'm saying, listen, I don't give a shit what none of y'all say. You can't talk about my kid. You can't talk about my dead brother. How would you feel? Is that okay with you? And you don't have my side on this. Something's wrong with y'all. And that's how I would look at it. So because Hotspot says Philly should have one of the best records. I think they would have one of the best records if Paul George and B was playing. Do we know why Paul George is not playing?
I don't have a clue.
I don't really care because it's Philly. And he is the gift that keeps giving. So I'm not going to.
Hey, what picks do OKC have next year? That's the team I want to go to.
Yeah. Don't we have the Clippers pick for next year too?
Yes, we do. Well, we have the pick slot, but yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think we have their pick for next year too. So, yeah.
We got the pick for next 2 years, man. We got 20, 25, 26, and 27.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you and Hotspot both. Okay. What do y'all feel that the Thunder need now? If you look at this team and you go, if you could add something at the mid break, Hotspot, same thing for you. What would you add to the Thunder by the trade deadline?
Two things. So I'm looking towards the future.
Yeah, 100%.
So, two things. Obviously, I'd like to have eyes, not necessarily in the post, but like on the perimeter. I know we got great perimeter defenders.
So you're saying like a Nas Reed, 6'11", that can play, they can shoot and play defense.
Yes. That would help because when you match up against Lakers and people like that, you need size.
Yes.
Secondly, this is going to sound stupid, but more draft picks because you're not going to be able to pay all these guys for 3 years. So
well, yeah, we will. Yeah, we will because of the bargaining agreement. The cap goes way up.
But I'm talking about everybody.
Okay.
All 15 we got.
Okay, now remember, if you add somebody, okay, Hotspot said just a sharpshooter on the perimeter, like bring it like Buddy Hield. I agree with that. I think we need another shooter, and we need another big.
Here's the thing, man. You got to realize next year we got to pay J-Dub and shit, right?
Right.
The year after that, we have to pay SGA and Casey.
which
You're after
remember,
that.
but hold on. You're paying SGA the supermax, which doesn't really count because he's getting the supermax. The supermax doesn't really count, I don't think, like your regular contract because it's the supermax. Kaysen is not going to get. Kaysen's going to get a
So
nice contract, but he's not going to get. They're going to
gonna get
pay.
that, but every, I mean,
Listen, okay,
every
Nathan,
little bit.
I agree, but what I'm saying is they're not going to pay. They're going to pay SGA the supermax. They'll pay Kaysen not max, but a good contract. They're giving Chet and Jason Jada max contracts, okay, which is well deserved. Kaysen doesn't deserve a max contract. He deserves a good contract.
But here's the thing: you can't keep all these guys. I mean, you got Dort, you got Caruso, you got Kaysen, you got SGA, you got. I mean, all the guys. You can't keep all
I
of
know,
them.
but Dort you're going to get rid of. Okay,
Maybe
you're
I
going
mean,
to get
he's
rid of
playing
Dort.
great right now.
I understand he's
You wanna
doing.
get rid of him?
Yeah, you're talking about 2 years from now, Nathan. Right?
Well, he's got his contract is still good for the next 3 years.
I understand that,
So,
but you're talking about 2 years from now, right?
yeah, 2 years. I mean, it's just going to be exponentially worse.
I don't see Dort. I see Dort being traded. I just don't see him being here.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't think we really know because, I mean, it depends on what they want to do.
I'm just saying. The whole thing is if you win the chip this year, then I think everything's. I think everything is on the board then to get. But I just don't. I'm not going to pay Kaysen. I'm not going to worry about Kaysen. I'm going to pay Kaysen a good contract. Okay. Burgess says that Dort is. Burgess says that Dort is the only out.
I disagree with that. I think Isaiah Joe is probably on the chopping
I
block.
think Isaiah Joe, Dort, and I think those two, to me, being gone, and then SGA will be gone within two. I think they will pay him and trade him because they're going to use the excuse he doesn't want to be here, or they're going to trade him before they pay him because he's not. They're trying to make it to where he doesn't want to be here. You took him out when he had a triple double, and you would not have done that to J Dub, and you're never going to see. You've never set J Dub for 7 minutes, not one time. And you've done it multiple times against SGA. Last year, how many times did he sit till 5 minutes to go, or late 5 minutes, early 6 minutes to go in a game? How many times did he do that last year?
A lot. Here's let me address 2 or 3 points.
Okay.
So if you win a title in the next 2 years.
2 years, okay. I think this is the year we can do it, but okay.
I think all bets are off after that. I mean, then after that, yeah, you don't. I mean, you should keep SGA, but you don't. You're not going to.
Well, but the thing is, to your analysis or to your thought process, you said more picks. So who's going to give you more picks than him? Nobody. But but the whole thing is, Nathan, you can't give away. You can't trade SGA. He has the one out. You can't give the excuse you don't have the money because of the contracts coming up with the NBA with the TV contract. So you can't say you don't have the money because you do. So the only way you can get SGA, the only way you can trade SGA to say he doesn't want to be here anymore. That's the only thing you can say, and he's got to be able to say that. Because in today's media, he can call you out and say, "Yeah, I didn't want to be traded. They traded me."
Well, they'll make it to where he'll say that. I mean, they're not stupid. They're gonna, if they want to do that, they'll do it.
No, they're not. No, they're not. You would get killed.
No, what I'm saying. No. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
If they want him to say that, then they'll treat him to where he will say it.
They'll keep doing what they're doing to him right now.
Yes, which is stupid, but that's what they'll do.
Right. Like all I can say is the Thunder are making the same mistake they did not. Sam Presti, who is the longest tenured GM. Okay. And my thing is this: you got rid of Kevin Durant for Russell Westbrook because that was your first pick. Remember, Kevin Durant was not the Thunder's pick. Westbrook was. Kevin Durant was the first ownership and Sam Presti's pick, but that really wasn't a pick because remember, you had to pick between him and Odom. If they'd have taken Kevin Durant, we were taking Odom. You know what I mean? It's one of those deals. So, go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, if that happens, then that's just, I mean, all bets are off because you're not winning anything.
You're not going. What the whole thing is, you traded. Think you thought you were going to keep Westbrook and win, which didn't happen, and now you think you're going to. You now the Thunder believe, and you can see by what they do that J-Dub has more upside than SGA. That's what they believe.
Which is wrong.
What doesn't matter. That's the coach and the management staff. They believe that. And there's no way in hell he has that. You're not going to, if you trade Westbrook, if you trade him, if you do the same thing you did with Westbrook and Kevin Durant, with J-Dub and SGA, the same thing is going to happen to you. Within a year, the next year, you're going to be fighting for a playoff spot once again. You're going to go from the top to the bottom once again. Because SGA wasn't a draft pick of the Thunder. Now, Caruso and Ihart doesn't count because they're not the face of the franchise. They're just role players. Okay? But you traded for SGA, and you drafted everybody else. You drafted Chet, you drafted J-Dub. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to ask Burgess and Hotspot. What do you think the odds are of us having all three guys in the NBA All-Star game this year for the West? Have the odds gone up now based on what we've done thus far?
No. J-Dub's not making the All-Star team.
What about Chet?
Chet might. No, Chet probably will.
Well,
not getting three.
Remember, if we're the number one team in the West, Dagnall, the cooler, I call him the cooler. The cooler is the coach. Is the coach of the West, so he will listen. If he's the coach and we're the number one seed, he will pick J-Dub. Promise you.
He will. Yeah.
He will pick J-Dub. He will pick J-Dub. I can promise you.
Over who?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's gonna pick J-Dub. I can promise you.
How many coaches? How many picks does the coach have?
2 or 3. He's going to pick him, I can promise you. But
if he does, he doesn't deserve to be there. Sorry.
So, Kat, Hotspot, and Burgess, what are y'all thoughts on what I just asked? Okay, and then Nathan. Now let's go. We got past this, which we didn't think we were going to be here. We thought we would split those last 2 games, did we not? You and I think we thought we'd split those, didn't we? The Blazers, Clippers. We didn't have us winning them both, right?
Thought we'd lose the Clippers game.
Right. So. Anyway, we're sitting here at 6-0. We have the Magic tomorrow night, which the Magic, did you see them against the they got smashed last night, by the way.
Yeah, they had it pretty good.
They're without Banchero, they're just
Here's another. Have we won every game by 10 or 12 or
yes, by 10 or more. 12, I think we won last night by, what did we win last night? What did we win?
Because Jang hit that 3 at the end to make it 13 points.
Yeah, we won by 13 last night.
Yep.
And then the Magic lost by 23.
I think that's an NBA record, by the way.
Yeah, I know that it's something with. I know that the only teams that have ever won their first games by this many were the Warriors when they lost in the championship, the Bulls when they won their championship, the Lakers when they won. What did they win? 33 in a row or whatever they won. They won theirs, and then the Celtics won theirs. So the only team not to win their first ones and win the championship, I think, were the Warriors. But when you look at this, the only game that we should be 9-1 or 10-0, 8-2 at worst. Like we said, 7-3, because the Rockets still worry me. But the Magic, unless we just have a complete letdown, they just don't have the team to keep up with us. The Nuggets, they're just Golden State. We're not gonna give them the shots they want. Okay. The Rockets are athletic, so you never know. Once they're knocking down threes and they can continue it, which of course they didn't against Golden State. But so that's kind of how I look at that.
You say defense. Their defense is awful.
Yeah, it is.
Jalen can't guard a post, man. I mean, I like Jalen Green. I think he's a great offensive player, but he's one-sided as it comes.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
Trey Young. I like Trey, but he can't play defense.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But here are our season stats thus far. Dude, we're still 90, we're still number one in by far. Giving up points.
Point differential.
That's insane.
91 points. That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say 91 for this. I think it's more than that. But
What?
what were you gonna say?
No, we're giving up 95 points a game. But we're clearly number one.
That's ridiculous.
We're clearly number one.
That's ridiculous. In today's NBA, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But we're number one in 3-point percentage, which is the point I was bringing up for Golden State. We're number two. They're shooting 20. Teams are shooting 26% against us. So I don't.
Who we play Friday? Tell the Blazers that. God, they hit 7 threes in one quarter.
Yeah, but that was at the beginning of the game. The Clippers played well in the beginning too. And then as the game wore on, it's like when Caruso and Dort or Caruso and Kaysen or Kaysen and Dort are out there together, it's that defense with SGA, it's nasty, bro.
Well, here's the thing, and it's kind of funny that you think this. At least I am. It's like, okay, at the beginning of the game, it's like, all right, you guys are keeping it. Wait till our bench gets in here, and y'all aren't going to do crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's like this. Like I was saying earlier on the show, when you put SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Ihart, and Chet, and then before that, those three with Wiggins and Ihart, and then you bring Chet in for Wiggins, or you bring Chet in for Kaysen. That group or Case or whatever, that five right there, what the hell are you gonna do?
Oh man, have a crazy trying to hit a basket.
I mean, because the whole thing is you've got SGA. He's gonna do what he does. He's gonna make moves and do what he does. Okay, and then he's gonna hit somebody open for a shot. That's what he does. He creates it for himself. If it's not there, he I don't know how he does it, but it's like he's surveying and he goes to make a move and he's like, okay, if you do this, I'm gonna hit this guy here. If you don't do that, then I'm gonna score. You know what I'm saying? But he attacks the basket knowing that he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Oh, by the way, Hotspot says Bogdanovich to add Bogdanovich, who will be a cheap ad.
I don't, but he's like a small guy, man.
No, he's talking about shooters. He's talking about shooters.
Yeah, but you already have 3 or 4 two-way guys that can shoot not as good as him, but play defense.
Yeah, but he's talking about a knockdown. He's talking about an Isaiah Joe replacement. Is what he's talking about.
If you're replacing Isaiah Joe, then I'm on.
That's what he's talking about. I mean, he's not that expensive. Even though I'm so glad we beat them. God, he was such a jerk. When we were playing against them in the Olympics, I was like, please don't lose to him. My God. He was such an ass that game. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. When we were playing Serbia.
I don't.
When we were playing Serbia, he was just talking trash to Carmelo Anthony and, doing Carmelo's how he does, you should shoot his threes. And God, he was such a jerk, man. I'm so glad we beat them. He's on Lana Blow crying. Yeah, you should cry. But, my thing is this. When you play, like when I played, okay, when you're playing for the USA and you're playing for your country, there's a certain decorum that you have to have or that you should do because you're representing your country. So whatever you're doing, not only represents you, your family, but it also represents your team and your country. So your actions now especially are way more magnified than they were when I played clearly. But it's still the same premises. You have to watch the way you act. And I know when I was representing the country, like I said, back then, being black wasn't the greatest thing in the world back when we won. But at the same time, when the flag or when they played the national anthem, man, I was crying. So was my teammates because it's something about when the national anthem is played and you're on the top of that podium with that gold medal around your neck. It's something about it. Nathan, I don't know I don't know. I can't explain to the audience. I can't explain to y'all what that means, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. I just don't. But for him to act the way he acted, but I still would take him hotspot, even though he was an ass. I still take him because he's a great shooter.
Hey, let me throw something at you real quick.
Go ahead.
So, most steals per game, NBA history, per team average.
Okay.
Per game is right. I think it's right at 11 something, 11.5 or 11.
No, we're above that.
Right now we're at 13.8.
That's what I'm saying. We're above that. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't it be nuts if we add them? I mean that's just one little thing I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah.
The other night we had 18 steals.
Yeah, dude. I'm just telling you. When we ramp up the defense, when J-Dub is not in the game, it makes all the difference. You have to have that combination of Kaysen. You have to have Kaysen and Caruso, Kaysen and Dort and Caruso, along with when you have SGA, when you have all three of them on the court at once, and when you add Dort, if you have all, even though I don't really like Dort playing with SGA that much, but when you have all four of them together, and then you add Wiggins, that small lineup, it's nasty. It's just.
Well, think about how unstoppable that is if they're hitting their threes.
Yeah.
Dort's on, if Caruso's on, that's unstoppable.
I just like Caruso shooting the ball. I just want him shooting it.
Yeah, I'm still. I catch myself rooting for him every time he shoots it.
Dude, I know he's gonna. He's fit. This is Game 7, so he's starting to fit Game 6. He's fitting into what the Thunder are doing, and I'm okay with that. It's gonna take him a while, but defensively, he and Caruso and Kaysen are like second and third in the NBA in deflections. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're the top. We have two in the top 5 or top 4, top 3 in deflections, putting their hands on balls. Him and Kaysen. That's why I said that lineup that you have is small, and I know they put J-Dub in there. When you take J-Dub out and you have the lineup with SGA in there, it changes the dynamics of the whole unit because the ball, everything goes through him. He's not sharing the ball. He's not trying to get everybody. He's not playing second fiddle because he just lets J-Dub do what he does because he goes, as soon as you're off the court, I'm going to do what I want to do, which is what he does, okay? That's when he scores all of his points when J-Dub's off the bench, on the bench in the first quarter, when he's second quarter, third quarter, whenever he makes his runs. And then in the fourth quarter, you just give him the ball and move the hell out the way. So that's kind of.
I saw last night or over the weekend was too. He's not taking as many threes as he was the first 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. Hotspot says that in order for Caruso to get comfortable, he has to get his mid-range going. His 3-ball crap has to stop. Let these players play. I don't agree with that.
I disagree with that.
I agree with that, yeah.
He's a good 3-point shooter.
Okay, first of all, as a shooter, the first thing you do is go to the free throw line. Get your rhythm. Because if you'll ever notice that when players are missing, you go to the free shooters, you start missing, they get to the free throw line. They start making a couple free throws, and then once they get their rhythm as far as shooting the basketball, the release, once they do that, then the 3-point shot comes easier. So Caruso doesn't go to the line enough to get into a rhythm of shooting to be able to do that. Now, your mid-range, what I always tell my kids, start out with the mid-range, knock it down mid-range, and then move back. But, Caruso is wide open from the corner. He's got to make those. Wide open from the side, you're wide open. You got to shoot it. But at least he is shooting it. So at least he's getting more comfortable to do that. So, hey, Nathan. Guys, Jay Buddha TV says Giannis to Oklahoma City. I hear he wants out. He does want out. But Giannis will not help us. Giannis will not help us. Because you know why? You know why? They're going to want Chet.
It cost too much to do.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but you now talk about that. You can't afford to pay him 60 something million. And what are we gonna give up in return to match that 60 million that they owe him?
Here I got it, man. I got it right here. You give him J Dub.
That's not
You
gonna
give
happen.
hold on, J Dub, Isaiah Joe, and Lou Dort and 4 first-round picks. What do you think?
They'd give him SGA before they give up J Dub.
That's it. Just that's stupid.
I'm just telling you.
No, I agree. I probably agree with you.
But they're not
That's
good.
just
But they're gonna want they're gonna want Chet. Listen, they're gonna want Chet.
yeah, they're not giving Chet
I
enough. They're not
understand.
giving.
That's who they're gonna want. If we're giving up a big
I
man, we
mean,
want your big
I'll be
man.
honest with you, dude. I'll be honest with you. If San Antonio called and said, "Hey, we want Chet, we'll give you Wimby," I don't know if Presti would do it.
No, he would not.
He wouldn't do it.
No,
Do it.
no.
Which is
Uh,
sad.
yeah, it says that Giannis is better offensively, but Chet's timing defensively is impeccable. I agree. But Giannis was almost the defensive player of the year 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. He was dominant on offense and defense. Now he's just dominant offensively.
But Chet's what we need. Giannis isn't
For
what
our
we need.
team, yes. Yes, he's not Giannis, listen. If I could get rid of what you said, yes. But I want to keep Chet and I want to keep Hardenstein. I
So
want to
here's
keep
the thing.
I want to
You
keep
bring
go ahead.
Giannis in and you give up Chet. Not only do you give up defense at the rim, but you also give up SGA's ball handling. So,
No,
I mean,
no, you wouldn't. Why would you do that?
Giannis got the ball. in his hand.
No, he doesn't. Dame does.
Let me rephrase that then. When Giannis plays his best, he's got the ball in his hand.
Going coast to coast. Yes.
Because even if they're doing it differently now, that team sucks. And when they were championship contenders, Giannis was the point forward, basically.
Well,
He's
Giannis
the
would see what they did is Drew Holiday was the point. But what they would do is they would hit him on the wing, and then he would take because he was so dominant, you couldn't stop him because he would just go and take whoever to the basket. And there was nothing you could do. You had to form a wall. They called it the Giannis wall, where you'd have to basically cut him off and make him shoot jump shots. That's the only way you could beat him. That's the only way you could stop him because he was so dominant physically.
And here's another thing with my stars. Going forward, I don't want a star who can't shoot.
I agree.
Because, I mean, you think of all the stars who can't shoot, right? Giannis might be about it, to be honest.
That's about it. Well, when you look hey, Nathan, here's your top five. Giannis, Jokic, SGA, uh, Luka, and Jason Tatum.
All five of those guys can, or all four of those guys can shoot,
Yeah.
except for Giannis.
So only one of them can't shoot.
You had Embiid into that, then he can shoot.
Embiid is 5'6".
Yeah, but he can shoot.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying he's 5'6". There's what I'm saying is I could replace one of them with I could place either Jason Tatum with Embiid or Jason Tatum is the only one. I don't know if I could replace Giannis or
Well, here's the thing. So, how many? And I don't. Maybe I just don't know and have different levels than you do. But how many superstars? When I say superstars, I don't mean top five guys. I mean superstars. There's more than 5 superstars in the league.
No,
So,
I named the top 6 best players. Is what I did. I'm gonna do my top. I'm gonna do my top 10 players, top 5, top 10 NBA players. But those are my top 6 right there. Those are my top 6 right there.
Your top 20 players, I bet you every one of them could shoot except for Giannis. Steph, LeBron, AD maybe, but AD could shoot.
AD can shoot. Okay, Steph, Bron, AD, all of them can shoot. Jalen Brown can shoot. My God, who would be my other one? Ant-Man, yeah, he would be. Yeah, Ant-Man would be 6'7".
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's not in the top 20. No, I'm sorry.
Jaylen Brown's in the top 20 for sure, 100%. Oh, he's top 15. He's probably 10 or 11.
You're putting him ahead of Devin Booker?
Yes,
Really?
yeah,
I don't think so.
yeah.
Devin Booker's.
Because the way he plays, he's physically imposing. He's 6'7". He can shoot it. He can play defense. Devin Booker cannot guard. Devin Booker cannot guard Luka.
Neither can Steph.
What I'm saying is Jaylen Brown can. You're talking about Jaylen Brown and Devin Booker. That was your comparison, right?
Well, Devin Booker's not Steph, but he's pretty close.
What I'm saying is that I'm going to take a guy who is a two-way player over a one-way player. Except Steph is just ridiculous. Okay, Steph's ridiculous. Okay, he's ridiculous. Steph's probably his top 15 player of all time.
What about Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving's in there too, right?
Top 20. No, I don't know. I'm gonna do my top 10, and then I'll try to throw a 20 in there. I have to think about that.
Jaylen Brown's not even my top 20. Man. I'm sorry,
I don't. Well, then you know what? You do your top 20. I'll do my top 20.
Hey, Kyrie Irving's better than Jaylen Brown.
No. Help me out, guys. Help me out here.
You're killing me.
Our boy Hotspot says Celtics are easy to beat. All you gotta do is just play physical and get into Tatum's face.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, bro. I don't know about all that. But anyway, what do you think about tomorrow? Let's talk about tomorrow's game, then we gotta get out of here. I need to go to bed. Let me see where's next Thunder game. We're 11.5 point favorites, guys. 216.5 is the over under. Magic are 3-3, coming off a beatdown, 23 points last night. So there'll be a back-to-back for them tonight. Or tomorrow night. Hotspot says Steph is somewhere between 20 and 28. Dude, you high. You high, bro. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. The game tomorrow night, Magic and Thunder. Who do you like? I mean, do you like them by the 11.5? And I'm going to take the under in the Thunder. I don't think anybody's going to score that many damn points.
What's the over under?
216.5.
I mean, the Thunder could score 120, man. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I gotta interject this back in here. I'm looking at this. I just typed in top NBA players, and there's all kinds of guys I put ahead. I mean, okay, so just listen to this list: LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, Jokic, Doncic, Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I'm not putting Kawhi in there. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
He's not available.
Booker, you don't agree with that one. DeMonte Sabonis, I think he's better than Jaylen Brown.
Nope.
Dame better.
Nope.
Damian.
Nope.
Zion Williamson, not really.
Nope. Marketing, I like marketing.
What about Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler's better than Jaylen Brown.
No. I'm gonna tomorrow on the popular hour. Now tomorrow I'm doing my top 20, man. I'm gonna do my top 10, and then I'm gonna do 10 through 20 just for you. But my 10 through 20 is my no.
Is Jaylen Brown a silent sponsor of this show or something?
Oh my god, bro.
I mean, I'm looking at this. Dude, Jared Jackson Jr. is better than him. I mean, I think.
Anyways.
John Morant, for sure.
Okay, I'm done. Morant. I'm done speaking to you right now because you're just on fire now. You're just trying to raise my blood pressure.
Okay, hold on. No, I'm serious. Would you put John Morant ahead of Jaylen Brown? I mean, well, I don't see.
Probably.
How you couldn't? I mean, John Morant's amazing.
Probably. Yes. Okay. Burgess says. Burgess says Denver and Magic are the only losses I see. Well, Burgess, Magic, how are they going to be a lose? They don't have Banchero, and they got beat 23 last night, and they're playing us on the back. They got beat 23 tonight, and they're playing us on a back-to-back night. I don't see, Burgess, how you can put them as our only losses unless you just see us a total collapse.
Yeah, that's like us without SGA. That ain't.
Yeah, because, Burgess, I'm looking at it. Denver, I could see us. What game is that? That's on Wednesday night at Denver. Which that game's out on TV, which is crazy. The Rockets, the ones I'm worried about are the Nuggets, the Rockets, and those last three are the ones I'm worried about. But our defense has been so spectacular. Man, when you put in that second group against their second group with SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, Caruso, and and Chet or Dort, that's there's no five that matches them. You know what I'm saying? They all play defense. They're all good. They're all long. SJ has the ball in his hands. He distributes and makes it easier for those guys to score. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. 10-0 percentage is definitely high. I agree, but I think, I still think 8-2. And I don't know how long Steph is out. Do you know how long Steph is out, Nathan?
It's gonna be a little while.
Indefinitely, hotspot. He's out indefinitely. 10-0 has a definite high, but remember the next game, the 11th game, which we don't talk about, right, Nathan? We only do 10.
We don't. I tried that last year.
That 11th game on November 11th is a back-to-back, and we play against the Clippers here in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I think we get them.
Let me see. Jay Buddha says, we're going to win, but I want to see Chet lower the turnovers. And when he puts the ball on the floor, he looks indecisive the last two games. Offensive overall, he looks different. I agree 100%. The problem is when Chet he puts the ball, when he gets trying to put the ball on the floor in traffic in the lane, that's when he gets in trouble.
Well, let's go back and analyze the last two games. He hasn't looked like himself, right?
Yes.
Who have we played for?
Clippers and the Blazers.
DeAndre Ayton and Zubac. That's who we've played.
Yep.
And that's why because those two big guys give him problems.
Well, and then on top of that, the way that they've been rotating in on him too, when they rotate with those quick forwards, you got what's our boy's name that used to play for us? His dad was played for the NBA. What was his name? He played for us. Oh my God, we drafted him and then traded him for picks to Denver when we were rebuilding. Oh my God, what's his name? Jeremy Grant. Yeah.
Better than Jaylen Brown.
Oh my God. Hotspots.
Let me serious question. I got to close this out before we get this out of here. Two questions. Do you think Scottie Pippen is top 75 player of all time?
Yes.
What about top 50?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
He was the first point forward. You got to give him credit for that.
I think he's got the Jaylen Brown, or Jaylen Brown's got the Scottie Pippen-ish.
I think them together are great. Yes.
I think they just play on a really good team and they get a little bit more credit.
Well, remember the Lakers. The Lakers took Lonzo Ball and your boy from New Orleans now in front of both of them. They were drafted back to back by the Celtics, and the Lakers had the pick before the Celtics in each one of those drafts, and they took Lonzo Ball and what's his name from Duke that plays at Pelicans. That looks high all the time. With the braids.
I don't disagree with you. I think those guys probably aren't quite as good as people think they are because they play on a really good team. And I'm sure I agree Scottie Pippen was a great player. I just don't think he was quite as good as everybody thinks he was.
Okay, defensively though, Nathan, he was ridiculous, and you're not old enough to really. You're not old enough to really watch. You're not old enough to really watch him when he played. I think if you're your age now and you watched him then you would have a different perspective of Scottie Pippen.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
I
Let me
tell
ask you one more
Brandon
question,
Ingram,
Dan.
yeah, Jesse, thank you. Brandon Ingram is who I was thinking of. Thank you, Jesse. Okay, Hotspot says, "Tell me I'm wrong. Chet is stiff when he gets the ball at the top of the key." Nathan,
I disagree with that. Really. I mean, because he goes dribbles down the lane, spins, and loses the ball.
well, my deal is this Hotspot, and like I keep saying, is that Chet, I want him to pick his spots to take his shot, but he's got to be able to survey where the defense is, and he doesn't. When he turns his back, Wemby is way better than he is at turning his back and seeing what the defense says. Chet does not see well. He does not anticipate. Like when I teach my kids, Nathan, this is what I tell them: the first guy guarding you, he doesn't count because you're going to get rid of him. The second guy is when you go to make a move, where is that guy going to come? So you're making your move based on where the second guy is, okay? The third guy, you have to make your move on where the third guy is going to be because when you make a move on the second guy, you got to worry about the third guy. Then there's the fourth guy in the back who's on the baseline. That's the fourth guy. Okay, so you got to worry about the first guy who's guarding you, who doesn't count. The second guy, when you make a move, you got to see where he's at, and you got to see where the third guy is, because the move that you make on the second guy is going to determine where the third guy is. Chet does not see that well yet, if that makes any kind of sense.
He gets the first defender usually when he does that spin move.
That's what I just said.
Right across the top. Yeah, they come right across the top.
That's what I said. He does not see the second guy. That's what I just said.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He goes, I'm looking at at him coming off the elbow, and I'm just thinking, dude, pass it already.
Yes.
And then Jesse is like, Jesse's like, I want Chet to stop shooting so many threes.
No, I disagree with that. I think he's a good three-point shooter. He just hadn't got there yet this season. He shot 37% last year.
Yeah, Chet is getting better. I don't mind Chet shooting threes. I want Chet to shoot probably 5 to 6 threes a game. That's about it.
Here's the thing with Chet. The same thing with Dort, right? If he shoots 2 threes and he misses both of them, stop shooting.
Yeah.
If he shoots 2 of them and hits the first 2, then keep shooting.
Yeah, but still, I don't want him. What I'm saying is, I don't buy that so much because I still want him to shoot when he's open. But I want him to not shoot more like SGA. You shouldn't shoot more than 5 threes a game. When he was shooting, averaging 7, almost 8 threes a game, that's way too much. Cut back on your threes.
The only person on our team that should shoot more than 5 threes a game is
Isaiah Joe. Yeah. Agreed. Let me see. Says Scottie Pippen was a great defender and player, but every now and then you could get in Scottie Pippen's head, and he hated that. I agree. You can get Scottie's head. I agree. But he was a great player. So, yes, I agree with that 100%. But my thing is this, is that
I agree with you. I thought he was top 75. I don't know about top 50.
He's top 50 for sure. Well, Jordan doesn't win 6. Jordan doesn't win 6 rings without Scottie. That's for sure. Okay.
No, I don't disagree with that.
So,
you gotta have. Batman's gotta have Robin.
I agree. So I'm saying that I don't.
The Celtics don't win last year without Jaylen Brown. I agree with you on that.
Okay, let me. I don't know, man. I don't know. My top 50 is pretty good, man. I could see him. I would say him in the 40 to 50 range, if at all. Okay. But top 50, I could see him there. But people forget about Walt Clyde Frazier. He's for sure in there. Earl Perlman. So guys that I seen back in the day, okay, should be in there. Okay. I know.
All these young guys, we just don't know them yet. Edwards is amazing.
He says Scottie has to be 13. No way. Jesse asks, what are my thoughts on Caruso so far this year? Jesse, Caruso is second or third in the league in getting his hands on passes in the passing lane, getting his hands on balls, deflecting passes. I said when we got Caruso that was going to be the difference with the Thunder defensively, and it has been because we're first in defensive percentage, period. So, and giving up points. Field goal percentage, we're second, I believe, and we're first in 3-point percentage, or second in 3-point percentage, or first in field goal percentage, however it is. I like the addition of him because now that's forced Dort into becoming less reckless and more focused on defense because he sees the writing on the wall for him possibly being traded. So that was a great move. Hartenstein, as I said, we had 3 issues 2 years ago. We had to fix our outside shooting, perimeter defense, and inside presence. I harped on those, did I not, Nathan? And we
Absolutely.
and we fixed those last year because we fixed our outside shooting and we fixed our perimeter defense. But inside presence was terrible. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then what ended up happening is we traded for, which I didn't necessarily agree with, but once again, the Thunder were looking towards the future. They weren't looking at last year. And like Drew and I talked about 2 years ago, that the Thunder did not play to get into the playoffs. They didn't want to. We're like, dude, we're a good team. Let's go ahead and get in the playoffs. And everybody forgets, I predicted the Thunder would win 40 games, and we're supposed to win 23. And I said 40 games, we were going to win 40. And everybody told me I was out of my damn mind. And we won 40. And I wanted, because I saw the potential of what we could be. And then I said that I think that if we fix those issues, we'd be fine. Now, what Sam Preston and them did, they didn't think we were going to be there, because there's no way in hell, if Sam Preston knew we were going to be the number 1 seed, he would have traded for who he traded for. He traded for him for one specific reason, and that was to get Hartenstein for this year. That's why he traded him, to get that money. That's why he traded for him, because he knew we needed, the last fix was inside presence. But there's no, if he thought we were going to win and be the number 1 seed, there's no way in hell he would have done that. Not going to lie, Caruso sees the play before it develops. He's huge. Agreed, 100%. And then Mr. Wes Mass said our offense will get better once shots start hitting. I agree, Wes. We were saying that. I think right now this team, the difference between the Thunder and the Knicks, and the Knicks and the Timberwolves is that they changed their makeup of their core team. We did not. We added to what we were doing. We added Caruso for perimeter defense, and we added Ihart for inside presence. And when you look at, I wish I hadn't taken it down, Nathan. I wish I would have left our percentages up there from last year to this year. You know what I'm saying? Our shooting percentages from last year to this year. I wish I would have left that up there. Because you can see what players were doing last year compared to where they were this year. And so, guys, what our offense is going to get better simply because we are talented offensively. Okay, it's going to be fine. But, in order for us to shoot threes, we've got to shoot more threes, because if you're going to beat Boston, you better shoot some damn threes. Or you got to keep them from shooting threes.
Better make some threes.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make them. You're right, Nathan. Make them, not shoot them. You got to make them. You got to make some threes to beat Boston. You got to make threes. You got to shoot them, but you got to make them. But our defensive, what we're allowed defensively, this is the thing. With Tatum and Brown, what they do is they're both 6'7", so they can guard your guards, and they add length.
Tatum's 6'10", bud.
Is he? 6'9", 6'10"? Okay, well, then what's the other one?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Brown's 6'7", 6'8".
Okay.
Like that, yeah.
Well,
6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
My point is they're long on the perimeter guarding you. Okay? Mm-hmm. The Thunder are shorter perimeter, but we're more physical. Caruso and Dort aren't as tall, but they physically beat the crap out of you.
Yes, they do.
They physically beat the crap out of you. So that's the difference with us. We're very physical on our defensive side of the basketball. Now, when we get Ihart back, what that's going to allow the Thunder to do defensively is because this is the thing, like I said all last year, long shots equal long rebounds equal transitional points equal flow of the game. That's what it does. Now, what Nathan was talking about steal-wise, steals equal transitional baskets, which equal flow of the game.
Five ball turnovers.
So that's what you've got to do. And so I like what the Thunder are doing tomorrow. I was so excited about going to the game. Now I'm like, I guess I'm gonna get drunk again because we're gonna blow. When we do blowouts, there's not a lot for me to talk about. Go ahead, Nathan.
here's what you can do because I know. I'm going to tell you right now. If the answer to this question is what I think it's going to be, I'm going to tell you you're high right now. So, who's a better player? Jaylen Brown. Oh God, lost it. The guy from Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson or Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Oh my God, dude, you're high.
He can guard. He can guard. I want a two-way player, bro. I want a two-way player. I want a two-way player.
Jalen Brunson is a number one.
I want a two-way player.
I'm just telling you.
I understand what you're saying. I want a two-way player.
What's a two-way player do good if you don't have enough?
I guess you're asking me. If you're asking me what my preference is, that's my preference. If I'm at who's a better scorer, is Jaylen Brown. I mean, Brunson.
Brunson's a better player.
Scorer, he's a better offensive player, not a better player. Your definition of listen, I'm a guy who can do multiple things. That's to me as a player, not a guy who can do one thing.
He does more than one thing.
He can score. That's it. He can't He can't play defense, man. You're high.
He can assist.
Listen, he can do one thing. He ain't Steph Curry. Steph Curry does one thing better than anybody else ever has. Jalen Brunson doesn't have one thing that does better than anybody ever has. Agreed? Jaylen Brown, listen, Nathan. You looking at player who can do one thing. He can score offensively. I'm looking at a guy who can do both things. I want a guy who's multi-talented than one guy who's one side of the ball.
Okay.
That's the difference. That's the difference. That's what we're talking about here. That's what I'm talking about. You're talking about a guy who you're trying to convince me that I'm not going to take Jalen Brunson over Jaylen Brown. I'm not going to do it.
It depends on the team, but
right.
I mean, if you've got a one, then yeah, you don't need Jalen Brunson. If you don't have a one, you gotta have a one.
He can be a one somewhere else. My final take is simply tonight. Listen, Jang has played. This is Burgess. His final take is simply, Jang has played okay the past 6 games. Agreed. He's played okay. Agreed. And he with the consistent plus minus. I don't screw that plus minus crap. That's nonsense. I don't. Glad he has taken advantage of his given minutes. I agree.
I have no problem with any of that.
Now, Jesse says Brown is a dog. He put the Celtics back in the finals this year on his back. Agreed. He did that. And then Jeremy Charles says Jalen Williams' floor awareness is very bad. Agreed, Jeremy. His floor awareness is very bad.
Hold on. Did that guy just say Jaylen Brown put the Celtics in the playoffs on his back?
No, put them on his back in the finals, which he did.
In the finals, I would agree with that.
He was the playoff MVP and the finals MVP.
I don't disagree about the finals MVP.
He won the Eastern Conference too. He was both. There's no question.
I've seen the finals MVPs that aren't super.
Now the finals MVP could have went to Jason Tatum too because he went off those last 2 games.
Andre Iguodala was the finals MVP.
Huh?
Don't give him finals MVP.
Last year? What are you talking about? What?
No, I'm saying don't quote me finals MVPs meaning anything.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
Guys wanted that award. It doesn't.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna give you something on that. So, but Jalen Williams' floor awareness is very bad. We agree, Jeremy Charles. His floor awareness is not very good. But the Thunder think he's the next coming, and they think he's their best player. So, give me your take on tomorrow night, bro. I'm out of here. Let me see. We have a question. Do you think that? Whoa! What happened? He asked, "Do we think we're ready for the Mavs?" Somebody did. Jay Buddha asked, "We were ready for the Mavs this year." Yes, I do. I think we're ready for the Mavs. In fact, I'm going to go to that game. When is that game, Nathan? Let me look it up.
I don't think we're ready yet. I think we will be, but I don't think.
Let me see. Let me pull up my Thunder schedule and see when we play the Mavericks.
People are thinking that as soon as Iheart gets healthy, this team is going to be great. It's not going to happen that way. You've got to integrate it.
We play the Mavericks here, but when did we play the Mavericks in Dallas? We play the Mavericks here on the Sunday the 17th. I want to say when we go to Dallas. I'm trying to say when we go to Dallas because I'm going to go to that game in Dallas if it's on the weekend. Oh, good. We play them January. Huh?
Won't invite us. You'll go and you'll get great tickets. And you
Let me see. Well, they're courtside. Play the Mavericks.
That's exactly why I want them.
Play the Mavericks in Dallas on the January the 17th. So I need to get my tickets for that. My 2 tickets for that game.
Is that Martin Luther King weekend?
I didn't look at that, bro.
That might be Martin Luther King weekend.
Well, that's Friday night. That's a Friday night game. And then what I'll do is I'll go to that game, and then I will go to Houston to see Lil G on Saturday. So we'll do that for sure. But anyway, what's your take about tomorrow?
Oh, I say we probably win 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I do too. I think we'll take care of business. I believe that we'll beat them and do what we need to do to close them out.
And by the way, Drew owes me a pizza.
What? Why?
Dallas, did they lose? I think
Dak pulled his hamstring. Yeah, they lost.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they lost. They lost.
Where was it? Where were we talking about right before that?
Thunder game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'll take the point spread. I'll take the Thunder to point spread. 12.5, you said, right?
Yeah, 11.5. Let me see. Pull it back up again. Our game tomorrow. We're 11.5 point favorites over under 216.5. Man, the problem is if we score 120, they only scored 85 last night.
They do have some scores, though.
But our defense is so smothering without Ben Carroll, so I don't know.
They're big, though. Big.
Yeah, they're big. I'm going to take the under and the Thunder win. 11.5. I'm still, at some point we got to have a letdown, but I don't know if it'll be. Plus, remember, we play the Nuggets on Wednesday, so I think it was Burgess said that he thinks we can lose to them. So if we're overlooking them because we play the Nuggets Wednesday, this is a possibility, and we just came back from a road trip. If there's a letdown, this would be it.
I'm going to take the Thunder, the points, and the over.
Okay.
Because they always kill it. Wendell Carter Jr. Who's the other guy they got down there? Wendell Carter Jr. and their other center.
My guy from Germany. They have the brothers. They have both of the brothers there.
Yeah, but
Franz Wagner. The Wagner boys. They
traded him.
They have both Wagners and Suggs. So Chet and his former high school teammate, and his college teammate will be playing against each other.
They had the guy from Texas, didn't they? Center. Mo
Bamba. Yeah. So, but they got the Wagners. But anyway, I'm with you, Nathan. So, anyway, I'm out of here, brother. Appreciate you coming on, and I'm out. And I think the Thunder are going to handle their business. And thanks for everybody watching the show today. And remember, like, subscribe, hit notifications, so you guys can come on and talk to us at any time. That being said,